Pure gold can be created in factories through several processes, primarily involving refining and purification of gold ore or recycled gold materials. Mining or recycling. Gold can be obtained from gold-bearing ores through mining or from recycled materials such as jewelry, electronic waste, or industrial byproducts. Crushing and grinding. If gold ore is used, it is typically crushed and ground into a fine powder to increase its surface area and facilitate the extraction process. Extraction. The gold is extracted from the crushed ore or recycled materials using various methods, such as cyanidation, which involves treating the material with a weak cyanide solution to dissolve the gold. Now let's take a look at how exactly a modern mine in which gold is mined works. Modern gold mining involves the exploration, extraction, processing, and sale of gold ore. Here's an overview of how a typical modern gold mine works. The first step in modern gold mining is exploration. This involves conducting geological surveys and drilling to identify areas with gold deposits. Once a promising area has been identified, further exploration is carried out to determine the extent and quality of the deposit. After the gold deposit has been confirmed, a plan is developed for the mining operation. This includes determining the optimal method of mining, designing the mine layout, and planning for the processing and transport of the ore. Gold ore is extracted from the mine using various methods, depending on the location and type of deposit. The most common methods include open-pit mining, underground mining, and placer mining. In open-pit mining, large holes are dug into the ground, and heavy machinery is used to remove the ore. In underground mining, tunnels are dug to access the ore, and it is extracted using underground mining equipment. Placer mining involves the use of water to separate the gold from sand and gravel deposits. Once the ore has been extracted, it is transported to a processing plant where it is crushed, ground, and treated to extract the gold. The specific methods used depend on the type of deposit and can include cyanide leaching, gravity separation, flotation, or carbon in pulp processing. After the gold has been extracted from the ore, it is typically sent to a refinery for further purification. The most common refining methods are the Miller process and the Woolwell process. Once the gold has been refined, it is ready for sale to customers. Gold is used in a variety of applications, including jewelry, electronics, and investments. Modern gold mining operations are highly automated and use advanced technology to increase efficiency and safety. Equipment such as excavators, trucks, and drills are controlled remotely from a central location, and safety features such as automated monitoring systems and emergency response plans are in place to minimize the risk of accidents. Environmental regulations are also in place to minimize the impact of mining on the surrounding ecosystem. Gold has to be 1064 degrees to be liquid, and so that furnace, theoretically, is supposed to be 1200 degrees. You have got your niter and your borax there to get the impurities out, but the sand and the soda ash is used to keep the heat. So you suddenly don't just turn the flame off, and all of a sudden it cools down, the heat is retained, and it helps you pour, it keeps it liquid while you are pouring. Once we have determined that it is ready to pour, you can see it running off the end. There is no solids, so we go okay and set ourselves up and we pour it, and obviously you will see we are quite slow, because if you try and pour it too quick it is going to overrun the spell. We are very measured in our actions, so we will go pretty slow, and I know exactly what he is doing and he knows exactly what I am doing, so there are no surprises. With the vacuum tube sample, 3 grams will go to the lab, and they will give the results tomorrow and make sure we have the purity. So we have poured the bar and I go and turn the gas off, and then we will bring it up to level. You would have seen me run over it with a poker just to make sure it is solid enough. Then we will pick it up and bring it over to the table, blip it out, because it goes solid real quick. I would say 30 seconds or so you have got before it is solid. So we aim for 95% purity, and we do that via the reagents. So we are sticking in sand, borax, soda ash, and niter, and those combined will keep the heat, keep it fluid, draw out the impurities, and that is why all the black slag is coming off the top. So it is not gold, it is black like obsidian. One of us will put it in the water bath, but it only needs a few minutes to cool down, right down so that you can touch it. And then we will pick it out and give it a good clean. We are quite lucky, most of the bars we do are quite clean. Some of them, if they are doing low grade through the plant, they look a bit ugly and look hard to clean, and they are all quite black. They are still 95%, but they do not look so pretty. But today we are pretty lucky. For any sharp edges, that is to get rid of that, and then you would have seen a few little balls of gold, so it is just to make sure they do not fall off in transit or get lost on the floor, whatever, so we bang them down flat. Very soft, so we make a bit of a plane, put the number on it, and that is basically a recording. That is how many bars we have made since 1990. There ain't too many mines in the world that have reached 10,000. They will make more gold per day, but they have not been open as long as we have. Gold coins are made through a process called minting, which involves several steps. After inspection, the gold coins may undergo additional processes to enhance their appearance and durability. This can include treatments such as polishing, frosting, or the application of special finishes like proof or matte finishes. These treatments give the coins their desired aesthetic qualities. The finished gold coins are packaged in protective holders or capsules to preserve their condition. They are then typically packaged in tubes or presentation cases. Finally, the coins are distributed to authorized dealers, collectors, or buyers. Here are some interesting facts about gold manufacturing. Gold is one of the most recyclable metals, and a significant portion of the world's gold supply comes from recycled sources. It can be reused and reprocessed without any loss in quality or purity. Gold nanoparticles have unique properties at the nanoscale, such as high conductivity and surface plasmon resonance. These properties make gold nanoparticles useful in various fields, including electronics, catalysis, medical diagnostics, and targeted drug delivery. Gold can be beaten into extremely thin sheets known as gold leaf. It is so malleable that a single ounce of gold can be hammered into a sheet covering about 9 square meters. Pure gold is typically too soft for many practical applications, so it is often alloyed with other metals to increase its strength and durability. In ancient times, a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver called electrum was used for jewelry and currency. Gold has a high melting point of approximately 1064 degrees Celsius. This property, along with its excellent heat and electrical conductivity, makes gold valuable in various industrial applications, such as electronics and aerospace. Gold can be used to create a thin coating on surfaces through a process called gold plating. This technique is employed in industries like electronics, where gold is applied to connectors and circuitry for its excellent conductivity and corrosion resistance. Gold finds applications in the field of medicine and dentistry. It is used in dental restorations, such as crowns and bridges, due to its biocompatibility and resistance to corrosion. Gold nanoparticles are also used in diagnostics and imaging techniques. Gold is not only valued for its beauty and rarity, but also for its industrial applications. It is used in electronics, aerospace components, glassmaking, and even as a catalyst in certain chemical reactions. The top gold-producing countries include China, Australia, Russia, the United States, and Canada. These countries have significant gold mining operations and contribute to the global gold supply. Gold has played a crucial role in human history. It has been used as currency, a symbol of wealth and power, and a medium for artistic expression for thousands of years. The gold recycling process involves several steps to recover gold from various sources, such as electronic waste, jewelry, or industrial byproducts. Here's a step-by-step overview of the gold recycling process. Collection and sorting. The first step is to collect the materials containing gold, such as electronic devices, old jewelry, or gold-bearing scrap. These materials are then sorted based on their gold content and the type of processing they require. Dismantling and preprocessing. For electronic waste, the items are dismantled to separate the components. Circuit boards, connectors, and other components containing gold are separated for further processing. Jewelry or gold-bearing scrap may undergo preprocessing steps such as sorting, cleaning, and removing non-gold materials like stones or alloys. Size reduction and shredding. Depending on the form of the material, it may undergo size reduction processes such as shredding or grinding to increase the surface area for subsequent processing. This step aims to facilitate the release of gold particles from the surrounding materials. Gold extraction. There are several methods used for gold extraction in the recycling process. Chemical extraction. The materials may undergo chemical processes like cyanidation or aqua regia, where a suitable chemical solution is used to dissolve the gold, leaving other impurities behind. Mechanical separation. Physical techniques, such as gravity separation, centrifugation, or magnetic separation, may be employed to separate gold particles from other materials based on their different properties, such as density or magnetism. Electrolysis. In some cases, electrolytic processes are used to recover gold. This involves passing an electric current through a gold-containing solution, causing the gold to deposit onto a cathode. Filtration and refining. Once the gold is extracted, the resulting solution or slurry may go through filtration to separate solid residues from the liquid. The liquid is further processed to remove impurities and increase the purity of the gold. Refining techniques like the Miller process or the Woolwell process, mentioned earlier, may be employed to purify the gold to a high level of purity. Assaying and quality control. After refining, the purity of the gold is determined through assaying, which involves analyzing the gold content using various techniques. This ensures that the recycled gold meets the desired quality standards. Forming and repurposing. The purified gold can be transformed into various forms, depending on its intended use. It can be cast into bars, sheets, or other desired shapes. The recycled gold may be used for jewelry production, electronics manufacturing, or other industrial applications. Gold can be considered a good investment for several reasons. Store of value. Gold has been recognized as a valuable asset for centuries and has maintained its worth over time. It serves as a reliable store of value, as its scarcity and desirability contribute to its long-term preservation of purchasing power. Hedge against inflation. Gold is often viewed as a hedge against inflation. When the value of fiat currencies declines due to inflationary pressures, gold tends to retain its value or even appreciate. Investors often turn to gold to protect their wealth during times of rising inflation. Diversification, including gold in an investment portfolio, can provide diversification benefits. Gold's performance tends to have a low correlation with other assets, such as stocks and bonds. This means that when other financial assets experience volatility or decline, gold may act as a counterbalance, potentially reducing overall portfolio risk. Safe haven asset. Gold is often considered a safe haven asset during times of economic uncertainty or geopolitical turmoil. Investors turn to gold as a form of protection when they perceive increased risk in other investment options. Its historical role as a safe haven has been demonstrated during market downturns and financial crises. Liquidity. Gold is a highly liquid asset. It can be easily bought and sold in various forms, such as physical gold, gold-backed exchange-traded funds, ETFs, or gold futures contracts. The global gold market is deep and active, allowing investors to enter or exit their positions with relative ease. Portfolio insurance. Gold can act as insurance within an investment portfolio. Its value may rise during times of financial market stress or when other assets underperform. By including gold in a diversified portfolio, investors can potentially reduce losses and enhance overall risk-adjusted returns. The largest gold-producing countries in the world include China, Australia, Russia, the United States, Canada, and Peru. These countries have significant gold mining operations and contribute the most to global gold production.